Hey guys, Shyleen, Shawn here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please take the time to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Today I'm just doing a little Q&A video. I asked you guys over on my reseller Instagram at Shawns_wardrobe, but probably like a week ago, to drop me some questions about Poshmark or my personal life or anything like that, and I would film a video for my YouTube channel to show you guys my answers. Yeah, worded that weird, but it's fine. It all came out. I'm sitting in my dining room. My boyfriend is allowing me to make our dining room my office, and we're gonna move our bedroom back into the master bedroom where my office was, and then we will just have a spare bedroom. So that's cool, but yeah, this is my new office. I'll do like a little office tour once everything's down here and set up. I did film this video once before and it was like 30 minutes, which I don't know, just too long and very bad footage, and it was a very bad day for me. But today I'm gonna try to answer since I've answered the questions already, I know what I'm gonna say. You know, it's not my first time seeing the questions. And yeah, just gonna answer these. If you're interested in my answers to any of the questions, stay tuned. If you're not interested, click out the video. It's up to you what you do with your day. Okay, we're gonna begin though. I decided to zoom in just because I felt like there was way too much of the background in the frame. Okay, but the first question is, do you feel like being an ambassador helps your sales? And they are pretty much talking about the Poshmark ambassador program. There are a few qualifications that you have to hit to become a Poshmark ambassador, and I personally do think that it does help, but I wouldn't say that it helps with your sales. I think it's one of those things where I would rather be a Poshmark ambassador than to not be a Poshmark ambassador, just so it's under my belt. It's kind of like, as a woman, you'd rather take a defense class than to not take a defense class. So yeah, it's just something nice to have. Being on Poshmark, you definitely have to like interact and engage with the platform a lot. You have to share people's stuff. You have to share your own things. And some of the qualifications in order to be an ambassador are having so many community shares, having so many self-shares. You have to leave a love note for somebody, which means you have to buy something and I think like it in order to leave a love note. I'm pretty sure it has to be a 5-star review. But I think it's better to be a Poshmark ambassador than to not be a Poshmark ambassador. Does it help with my sales? I don't think it really does. Next question is, how supportive is your BF/family with you reselling honestly? Well, my boyfriend, he just wants me happy, he wants me sane, and this keeps me sane. Not having to call off of work because you're depressed is great. You know, I can just decide to take a day off and lay in my bed, take a week off if I want to. It's nice. And as long as I uphold my portion of the bills for the month, he does not have a problem with me reselling as long as there's money in my pocket and I'm not like asking everybody for money or borrowing money from people. You know, I have a job. This is a job. As far as my family, if they're supportive, I don't really know and I don't really care because I like reselling and it pays my bills, so I don't think it really matters what anybody else thinks about my job or what I choose to do to make money. And that's just being honest. That's not even on no harsh stuff like, oh, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. That's just on some, why does it matter what anybody thinks? I like my job. I make money. There's, you know, there's food on my table, clothes on my back, so I just don't think it matters what anybody else thinks about what I do. I did get some personal questions, like hot chocolate or coffee on a dreary day. I prefer hot chocolate. Coffee runs right through me, if you know what I mean. Most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you. I could not think of something when I first answered this, and I finally thought of something. When I was in elementary school, I had Fruity Pebbles for breakfast and I walked to school. I lived like maybe like a 10-minute walk from school, and it was a straight shot literally. I walked to school and I just, you know, my stomach was hurting, I was getting a headache, you know, my body just was not feeling right, and I ended up throwing up my Fruity Pebbles all over the sidewalk outside. It was raining. I threw up. The rain washed it away, thank God. but we were like lining up to go in the building before school started, and I literally just turned around and walked home. I was like, I threw up. I'm not about to go through the rest of my school day feeling like crap, and ew, just knowing that I threw up. Like, I need to go home. I need to just sit the day out. I'll be back in class tomorrow. But I threw up in front of a bunch of people, so that was embarrassing. I don't like throwing up at all in general, because I feel like it's such a vulnerable thing that's going on. You cannot control it. It's not fun. And then I get petechia when I throw up, which is what happens when I worded that weird. Pretty much my throw ups are so like violent and harsh that I end up popping blood vessels all throughout my face. You can pop them in your eyes even. It's bad. It pretty much just looks like really large freckles, and I wouldn't say it looks disgusting or anything, but it's just not, it's not fun. I also got favorite zoo animal, which is an elephant. I love elephants if you know me. Would you rather skydive or scuba dive? I would rather scuba dive for sure, depending on what's in that ocean or what's in that vicinity where I'm at. And the last question that she asked, this is like one of my favorite resellers. I'm gonna put her closet right here. I love her. I've bought from her closet. She's super sweet. She carries lots of plus size. And she also asked, where did you and your boyfriend meet? Me and my boyfriend, you guys may have seen him in a few live streams pop up. He's in a lot of my older videos on my channel, but we did meet in high school. We met freshman year in high school. We didn't start dating until junior year. We were both in very long, 3-year-long relationships, and both of us ended up separating from our high school partners and started dating, and we've been dating ever since junior year of high school. So this year will be 5 years. We've been dating for a long time. Long ass time. Another question I got is, what is the secret to finding stock photos? I get this question a lot. I get asked a lot how I find stock photos, and it's really a lot of trial and error. There's no, you know, for sure way to find a stock photo. I think it's typically easier to find a stock photo when you have a new tag item, because it usually has like the style name on it and the style number, and there's just so much extra information on that tag. So that helps me a lot when I do find those new tag items. I would also say looking on the tag on like the inseam at the bottom, which is the care tag that has like the washing instructions and stuff like that. Usually there's 1,001 random ass numbers and letters on those tags at the bottom, and for some brands those are the style numbers. So like for White House Black Market and Chico's, they're owned by the same company. They have style numbers on their tags. Ann Taylor and Taylor Loft, Lou and Grey are owned by the same company, and they have style numbers on their tags. Cabi, C-A-B-I, they have style numbers on their tags. And then some different items like jeans and stuff, they'll say it like on the jean, like the Madewell high riser something la da da da, and then you just Google that and you'll find a stock photo. A lot of the stock photos though that I do find is pretty much just from typing in the brand and keywords. So for example, typing in, let's see, Banana Republic blue peplum, or Banana Republic navy blue peplum v-neck dress, you know. Of course a lot are gonna pop up, and then it's just a game of scrolling through Google Images and trying to find the dress that you're looking for. So it's just a lot of trial and error for real. I did get a question, did you vote today? And it was like early elections or something like that in Ohio. I did not go vote. I really only vote for like presidential, like the primaries and all that. And my vote last year did not get me my vote when Trump became president did not get me very far. I voted for Bernie, and then I got left with Hillary, so I voted for Hillary. But yeah, I didn't go vote. I care a lot about lots of social issues when it comes to, you know, gay rights and trans rights and racism and just like fat shaming and stuff, things that affect me. I care lots about those things. I also care lots about things that don't affect people, but being somebody who is half black and you know, a lot of people don't see mixed folks, you see white or black. So being a black woman, being non-heterosexual, being fat, you know, there's just a lot of different intersections that affect me as those identities, and I care about those things because they affect me. But you should also care about things that do not affect you and do not affect people you know, because then that's how shit like what's going on today happens, because people don't have empathy. But I did not go vote. That's where that was going. Got another question. Do you use the priority boxes to ship shoes on Mercari? I do use the priority boxes to ship shoes on Mercari. Mercari shipping is pretty easy. They have different options, and the priority mailboxes you can use if it's over £1, I believe. If you go on the app, you can see all the different options and settings or whatever, but you can use those if they're over £1, and my shoes are over £1, so I just stick those in there, tape it up, ship them off. Next question I got is, do you share your Posh closet to the parties? What are your thoughts about them? I do share my Poshmark closet to the Poshmark parties that happen on the app, but I do not go out of my way to share my items to the Poshmark parties that go on in the Poshmark app. If I'm sharing my closet, I try to share my closet 3 times a day, and they're all from desktop. If I do share my closet and there's a party going on and I have items that apply to the specific brands or specific markets, like the luxury or designer market, then of course I'll share those items to that party. But I'm not like, oh, the boho party's going on, I have to get on my computer and share my closet. Like, I don't care that much about them. If somebody wants my item, they're gonna find it, you know, they're just gonna find it. It doesn't have to be in the party. My thoughts on the parties is that it's just another cool little added bonus to the Poshmark app that a lot of these selling apps don't have. But I personally do not think that they are all that important when it comes to sales or anything like that. It's nice to have host picks. Do I think host picks are important? No. I've sold a lot of items without them being host picks. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like some people emphasize the Poshmark parties too much, and they're just, to me, they're honestly just not that important. I did get a question that couldn't fit in here, but she did DM me asking the question, and pretty much in summary, the question was, what is Poshmark gonna be to me? Is this a long-term thing? Is this a just for now thing? And, you know, where do I plan on taking this? I honestly have no idea. Right now, it's a good fit for me, so I'm here doing it. I started reselling last October. I went full-time in May, so this is my 3rd month selling full-time, supporting myself, not asking nobody for no money. I got this, and it's been going good. It's been going good. August has been pretty slow, but I think September is going to be a great month for me. I have so much hope for September, and I'm hoping September doesn't let me down. But I don't know. I don't know if, I feel like I'll always be reselling in some form. Like, even if I have 300 active listings right now, there goes some of my inventory. I feel like I might not always have a lot of active listings or a lot of inventory, but I feel like in some capacity I will always be reselling, whether or not that's just me having 4 of those bins, whether or not that's me changing my complete Poshmark closet. And, you know, I'm not buying bread and butter brands anymore. I'm not buying, you know, this, that, and the fourth, and I'm only buying designer, you know. I don't know where this is gonna take me. I have no idea. I'm 3 months into the game full time, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the journey, because I know if I keep growing how I am growing, there is no reason why by next January I shouldn't be making $5 grand a month. And to me, $5 grand a month is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. I know some of you guys might have a lot of money or come from wealthier backgrounds or anything like that, but that is unheard of money for me and my background as far as money goes. I wasn't raised with a lot of money. So like 5 grand a month, that's out of this world to me right now. Like I could not imagine making that much money. I wouldn't even know what to do with it. I'd pay off some of my debt, but you know, by next year I feel like I should be making 5 grand a month, period. By January, if you look at my sales and how it's been trending as far as, you know, my profits every month, how much I'm spending every month, my return on investment, all of that, you know, I should, you know, January should be a good ass month for me. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully it is. I'm looking at my carpet. It's so dirty. My friend is gonna let me borrow her carpet cleaner because this is like throw this rug out type dirty. Ugh. That's okay though. We gonna get her together soon. Next question is, how many times per week do you source? I don't have a set amount of times I go sourcing, but I usually leave the house anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. And then usually when I do go sourcing, I hit a couple of stores. Really, I just go out into the world to buy new inventory whenever I don't have any more inventory to list. And I typically do go on Sundays though. Usually every Sunday I'm at least one thrift store. Somebody asked me, are you going to Posh Fest? And I actually got asked this today as well. I'm not going to Posh Fest. It's in Texas. I live in Ohio. That's a far trip. I'm very new to the game. I'm broke. I'm broke. Listen, that's the #1 reason why I'm not going. And you know, it's not about anxiety. It's not about the fact that I don't like being away from home for very long periods of time. It's not about any of that. It's really about the fact that I don't even have enough money to pay for a ticket, let alone pay for a flight, pay for a hotel room, pay for my food while I'm there. That's just, like I just said, like $5,000 a month is out of this world to me. Paying for a trip that far, like that far, and just all the extra things that go into that, it's just too much money right now, and I'm not in that place in my life to fund a trip like that. That would be extremely financially irresponsible for me to go to Posh Fest this year. But hopefully I'll see you guys next year. We can hope. We can hope I will be there next year. We can hope I'm still reselling by the time Posh Fest rolls around next year. Oh, and they said love your videos and content. Thank you so much. I appreciate any compliment you give me, especially when it comes to these YouTube videos that I put out, because I feel like I slack all the time on them. But honestly, I'm just, you know, in a little rough patch in my life, so cut me some slack. Which you guys have been doing, so thank you. That wink was going through a lot, okay? Listen. Okay, next question. Do you do price drops on items that have been posted for too long and have no likes? Yes, I do price drops all the time. I'll tell y'all this once, I'll tell y'all it again. I'm not in a storage business. I buy this shit to sell it, to get it out of my house. I don't like having things longer than 3 weeks. That's my average turnaround time right now, and honestly 3 weeks already is like, why does nobody want you to me? I don't know if that's part of me being impatient or just the fact that I'm always in competition with myself and I feel like I need to keep that number at 3 weeks. My turnaround time right now for August is 4.7 weeks or something like that, which is horrible for me. Listen, if your turnaround time's different, that's on you, that's your business. I don't care. I don't like it being 4.7 weeks for me. I'm trying to get it back down to 3, but that requires selling a bunch of shit within the same week. But still, a month really is not bad to have an item. I'm just in competition with myself. Next question is, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about both Poshmark and Mercari? My favorite thing about Poshmark is that it is kind of like a social media platform. It feels really familiar to me since I've been on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram for years. It feels like a really seamless, user-friendly experience for me personally. On the flip side of that though, I also kind of hate that it's like social media because you pretty much have to share your items all the time for somebody to see them unless they're like searching for that specific item. And then even then, you know, if somebody's selling the same item that you have, if somebody else, you know, went to TJ Maxx and bought the same Free People dress you bought, and now there's 15 sellers on Poshmark with it, you're still going to be at the bottom of that list if you haven't shared your item. So I think that's just kind of, that's like the worst thing about it. As far as Mercari goes, I keep saying a lot. As far as Mercari goes, my favorite thing about Mercari is that I can post my shit on there and leave. I can go, it's there, it's gone. Somebody will buy it, somebody might not buy it, but it's there, I don't have to deal with it. It's off to the wayside. And my least favorite thing about Mercari is, what's my least favorite thing about Mercari? I really don't have any hiccups with Mercari. I just think the layout is ugly. I don't like their color scheme. I don't think the app is like pretty to look at. I think a lot of their new updates are making the app look a whole lot better in general, like the way they display the items you have for sale and things like that. I also don't like the fact that, oh, listen, I'm forgetting about all these things I don't like about Mercari. I'm gonna give you a list. There's no 1X option. I think it's stupid. It goes to extra large to 2X, and then in extra large it says 16-18, and then 2X I think it says 20-22. I'm an 18, but I'm not no extra large. I'm a 1X girl, and it is what it is. I'm a true 18, a true 1X, and there's no 1X option, you know, so I have to put my 1X items typically under extra large unless I think they kind of run big. Then I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll put it under 2X. But it still just doesn't make sense that there's not a 1X option. If they think it's, you know, well, if it's 1X and 1X is 18-20, then what are we going to do about these other things? Just make 2 separate lists. You can do all your numbers, and then you can do your small through 5X. And that's that. You don't have to have them next to each other or combined or nothing like that. I also don't like the fact that you can't put emojis in your description. I've actually taken emojis out of my Poshmark description since I do cross-list to Mercari, and it just saves me that little extra bit of time of having to go in and delete the emojis that I use. But I shouldn't have to do that. Y'all should let me use emojis. I'm allowed to have, like, I think 1,000 characters for your Mercari description. So why can't I use an emoji? I do like the fact that Mercari, you can talk to people though privately. You know, people can't comment on your listing. It's a private conversation that you and that person can see, as well as a moderator on Mercari can see, which I also think is nice. Okay, so that is that question. And then the last question I got is from Everydeystyle. I'll link her channel down below. And she asked, what are your favorite brands for yourself and to sell, and are there any that you hate to sell? My favorite brands for myself, since I am a plus size gal, I like Eloquii, which I think is phenomenal. Their items are top notch. They're quality pieces. They cost a lot, but you're paying for quality. I really like Eloquii. I like Torrid. Unfortunately, Torrid, you know, them and Hot Topic are owned by the same people, and we all know about Hot Topic's quality of clothing. So with Torrid, you're really not getting the quality, but you are getting the trendiness, which I will pay for. Eloquii, they sell a lot more, I feel like, staple items for your wardrobe, a lot more classy pieces. A lot of the items that I have from them are items that I've worn time and time and time again, but I typically wear their items to events or where, you know, I'm getting dressed up to go somewhere. Torrid is more like throw on and go type clothing, but they still do make really cute trendy clothing. It's just not the best quality, but definitely Eloquii and Torrid. My favorite brands to sell are Madewell. I really love selling Madewell. It sells pretty quick for me. Lulu's sells really quick for me. I don't think I've ever had a Lulu's item, you know, over a week. Granted, I've only sold like 4 or 5 of them, but still, you know, it's nice that that brand has that reputation in my closet that the shit's gonna be gone soon. Any brands that I hate to sell, I mean, I don't think so. I don't pick them up, you know. If I don't like selling them, I just don't buy them. I've found a lot of cute items recently, and I've put them back on the rack because I'm like, this doesn't excite me. This is going to sit in my death pile. I'm not excited to take this home and list it, put it in my Poshmark closet, so I'm not going to. So I've been really picky lately on the items I source, which I should be because it's money and the shit don't grow on trees. Alright, so those are all of the questions for this video. This is my second Q&A. I do have another Q&A on my channel if you want to scroll back a little bit to see it. I think I'll be doing one of these every month, which I think will be good. And I usually tell you guys to ask me questions on Instagram. So if you don't follow my reseller account, that is at Shawn's_wardrobe. I do plan on changing my Poshmark closet to that as well. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for asking me the questions. I hope that these answers helped you guys. I hope if you didn't ask a question that you still watched this video and the answer helped you guys, or you learned something new about me. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe. Please thumbs up the video. Comment if you do have any other questions, of course, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.